When most people hear the word Watersound, they really think of three different communities. They think of Watersound Camp Creek, home to $3 to $7 million price ranges. We think about Watersound Origins, over 1,100 home sites in that community so far. Then we think about Watersound Beach, where everything kind of originally started along the Gulf. But when they think about these communities, they don't really think about the land behind them and what it really all means for the next 50 years and the future of the overall communities of Watersound. St. Joe, the developer of all the Watersound communities, actually owns tens of thousands of acres in every direction that you could think of, from Watersound Beach all the way to Latitude Margaritaville and the airport. But what's really coming is that's gonna be the 50-year plan that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about. So in this video, we're actually gonna break down the next 50 years and what it actually means to invest in a Watersound community right now. We're gonna talk about what's coming, we're gonna talk about what's already going on right now, what we can expect in the next 10, 20, 30 years, so you can know exactly when you're investing in a Watersound community, exactly what you're investing in and what you're investing for. So as a luxury real estate advisor here in San Rose Beach, my number one goal is that when you're investing in a property, you know exactly what you're investing and why you're investing in that community, how the amenities can grow. That way, not only are you making a wise real estate investment, but you know the full picture. So let's lock in. So the next few decades really shape every property here, from lot values to the lifestyle you wake up to every morning. Now here's the bigger picture. St. Joe's Bay-Walton Sector Plan covers about 110,500 acres and is a 50-year long-range framework guiding conservation and urban growth across eastern Walton County all the way to that western Bay County, all the way up to the airport. By the time it's built out, we're talking about 145,000 residential homes, and that's the equivalent of building dozens of towns, plus 22 million square feet of shops, restaurants, offices, and medical space. And this really isn't a far off concept either. St. Joe's already monetizing it. We saw this in the quarterly reports put out by St. Joe. In Q2 of 2025, their total real estate revenue rose 27% year over year, from about $34.5 million to over $43.8 million. For buyers and owners in Watersound, that scale means the homes that we see today are just the first chapter of a total of a 50-year growth story that's reshaping how North Florida lives, works, and invests. Now, hopefully if you watched enough of these videos, you already know what's coming soon. We talked about the Florida State and Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare campus coming over there to Highway 79. We talked about the Watersound Town Center. We talked about all the shops coming into that Watersound Town Center as well, that everybody in Origins can really experience day to day. We talked about West Bay Parkway coming off to Latitude Margaritaville, the brand new Publix. But let's dig a little bit more into what's already coming and that we can actually lay eyes on right now. So to touch on the Watersound Town Center real quick, on the east side, it's planned for about 400,000 square feet of leasable space. That's 20 plus buildings in the renderings. A new loop called Plaza Way is going in now to improve that traffic flow. Tenants so far include Publix, the Starbucks cafe style, not the drive-through, Summer House Lifestyle Furniture, Sweet Henrietta's, Nigel's, and St. Joe's aiming for higher-end national tenants with more outdoor circulations for a village feel. Now, we touched on it briefly, but the FSU Tallahassee Memorial Medical Campus opened phase 1 in July of 2024. And you can see the overall scale of the new emergency center and a 100-bed inpatient hospital that's coming next. The Watersound Club expansions continue with new golf amenities, wellness facilities, dining, all factors that raise member appeal and in turn influence home values. St. Joe also opened 5 new hotels in 2023, and the Camp Creek Amenity Center that we all love added depth to the local hospitality infrastructure. We saw the new golf course called The Third being introduced as a part of the new future recreational mix. And step by step, Watersound is shifting from a string of neighborhoods into a regional lifestyle destination. Again, how does this all relate to real estate and then investing in a community like Watersound Origins, for example? By having the town center, you really have a place where you can gather without really leaving the community. You can take your golf cart, you can take your bike, you can walk if you live a little closer to those first phases of Watersound Origins. But even when I think about this in the future expansion of Watersound Origins West, again, not a lot of people are talking about is gonna be the expansion of the newest phases of Origins. But we wanna talk about if everything's expanding north and northeast, people are gonna wanna be a lot closer to the beach. And not a lot of people really think about that when they're thinking about Watersound Origins. People are gonna be 10, 15 minutes north of Watersound Origins in the near future. So it makes sense that if you wanna be closer to the beach, a lot of people are gonna be looking at Watersound Origins. New construction continues to dominate, of course, because in 10 years, that is gonna be some of the newest models that we can actually go back to as well. Origins has always been the go-to for full-time residents because of its trail network, the parks, and proximity to schools. And now with the town center maturing and healthcare just minutes away, is becoming a true town center community. Exactly what families relocating from our feeder markets like Atlanta, Dallas, or Nashville are really looking for. That combination is already nudging lot prices and resale values upwards, and I expect that trend to continue. Camp Creek's story is exclusivity and land scarcity. Estate-sized lots and golf-adjacent homes are finite, and every amenity from the new club facilities to the road improvements tightens that demand. We've already watched specs shift from about $3 million all the way up to $7 million plus for custom builds, and with very few remaining lots, each new release has leverage on price. Now, Watersound Beach is essentially already built out and protected by strict architectural covenants. With fixed supply, every outside upgrade, improved medical access, better retail, a smoother roads mentality or sense of newness simply adds convenience and typically strengthens resale premiums for what's already a blue chip dunes to boardwalk community. Now, if I'm looking at the next 3 to 5 years as a real estate agent and as an investor personally, Camp Creek likely leads price appreciation because of its lot scarcity and luxury tier builds. Origins continues a steady climb as it matures into a true town center community with a ton of future new construction opportunities. So if you're a seller that already has an existing property that's now getting a little bit aged out, 5 to 10 years, we really need to talk about what we can do to improve your home so it can really compete with new construction. Watersound Beach stays the top tier resale hold because you simply can't replicate its dunes and pedigree. If you're a buyer out there and you're interested in the communities of Watersound in this future growth, this is really a time where a lot of things and deals can get made right now. We're looking at this in September of 2025, so plans can always change, anything can always happen. We're talking about brand new development. But if we're looking at where the opportunities best are right now, we have the blueprint right in front of us. So as a buyer, if you want to take advantage of that and be savvy, we're already helping buyers pick out neighborhoods and opportunities for quick move-in ready homes that builders are holding on to in a little bit slower market right now in October of 2025. But we're looking at these opportunities and we're already helping buyers make the best deal possible. So in 5 to 10 year perspective, when they're ready to pivot or move to the next thing, they already have substantial equity. Now, big picture takeaways. First thing that we want to look at with the 50-year plan is the overall scale. It's one of Florida's largest master plan growth areas, balancing 145,000 future homes with tens of thousands of acres of permanent conservation land. Second is the approach. Seeks to cluster developments, limit urban sprawl, and link nature corridors with fostering economic growth near the airport and, of course, our beaches. The third biggest takeaway is the impact. This will shape growth patterns, environmental qualities, and infrastructure investments in Bay and Walton County for decades. So the biggest point I want to make in this video is that you're not just buying a community in Watersound, you're buying into the 50-year investment that St. Joe is going to be putting in these 2 counties. If you're thinking about making a move into one of these Watersound communities, whether that's all the way from Watersound Beach or all the way to Latitude Margaritaville, I would love to be your guy. We make videos exactly like this to help buyers, and we have so much experience of helping buyers find videos like this, giving them true value, make educated decisions on their wants and needs list, and then finding the right community that's going to serve them in the long run. This is not a short-term play. I think our area is very bullish. I feel very excited about our area. I'm excited to raise my kids here, excited to raise my family here. But at the same time, it's all about making intentional, smart real estate decisions. So if you have any questions or if you'd like to jump on a phone call, make sure you use information below. Get in touch with me. I can't wait to see you here at the beach soon.